Hello students and welcome to homeschooling with FHMB. I'm your teacher, Mr. Biker. In today's lesson we're going to be learning 10 things, essential things you need to know when you start in your mountain biking adventure. Let's crack on. Number 1, and most important of all, helmet. Always wear your helmet. It's very easy to come off even at low speed on not very technical terrain and cause yourself a serious injury. Professionals wear helmets, you should wear a helmet. Safety first. Number 2, pre-ride bolt check. Let me show you. So, before you go out on your adventure, you need to know that your bike is safe. And with these being mountain bikes and the terrain that they ride on, they go through a lot of vibration, so things can come loose. So you need to just give things a once over. So start at the front. Check your front axle is tight. Fantastic. Check your bars. All nice and tight. Check your top cap. It's good. Check your bar stem. That's fine. If you're on a full suspension bike, just give your rear shock and the linkages a check. They can come loose. All fine. Now let's move to the other side. So on this side, let's start at the front again. So we'll just give your caliper a quick check. That's tight. Check your linkages again. Whatever you couldn't get to from the other side. And your back wheel. And back caliper. And last but not least, check you've got some pressure in your tyres. We're all good to roll. Number 3, have your controls, brake levers, gear shifters, etc. set in the right position. Let me show you. Most mountain bike brake levers are adjustable in 4 directions. That is up and down, and also your lever should be adjustable in and out. I'll put some pictures up now to show you where the adjusters are. But basically you want your brake lever set so when you're sat on your bike comfortably, if you stick one finger out, it just rests perfectly on the brake. So it's there, and you should really be riding with your index finger resting on your brake at all times, just in case you need it. It's super important to have it on the back brake. As a beginner, not so important to have it on the front brake because you don't want to be pulling that over hard, but always cover your back brake. So it's exactly the same with your front brake. You want your front brake set so when you put your index finger out, it just rests in the perfect position for pulling the front brake. Also, you want your gear shifters in a nice comfortable place. You don't want to be reaching for them at a critical point in your ride. You want to know instinctively exactly where they are. Number 4, safety gear. Now this is optional, whereas the helmet is not optional. Always wear your helmet. So for example, when I go out everyday riding, I wear soft, lightweight knee pads. Always a good idea to protect your knees. If I'm doing some pretty gnarly downhill stuff, I go the whole hog with solid knee pads and shin pads in one. And also safety specs. These are a good idea if you're riding in woodlands and things like that. You have little branches, thorn bushes, muds, stones, all sorts can flick out and hit you in the eye. You've only got one set of eyes, look after them. Number 5, a trail tool. Now this little tool is perfect for sticking it in your pocket, your pack, and it's got pretty much every tool you need on there to get you out of a sticky situation when you're on the trail. It's even got a chain breaker. I would recommend always carrying a trail tool. Number 6. Now this is about your riding position off-road on the trail. So when you start going down some hills or some rough terrain, you should not be sat down. You want to be stood up. You want your knees bent. You want your body weight over your pedals. You want your arms bent so that you can use your body as suspension and let the bike move. So knees bent, arms bent, stood up, body weight over the center of your bike. Number 7. This is another riding position. Basically, when you're coasting, freewheeling, always have your pedals level. That is, facing forwards and backwards. This stops you smacking your pedals on rocks, roots, anything like that. And it also makes the balance of you and the bike more even. So always keep your pedals level. Number 8. This one is again a riding position one. So you've got your pedals level as we've discussed. The next thing is make sure your heels are down, not your toes, right? Your foot position, heels down. It's a much more stable and balanced position. Heels down, especially if you hit a stump with your heel, it'll just kick your heel up. If you hit it with your toes, it's going to snap your toes. So heels down, pedals level, body position in the middle, knees and arms bent. Number 9. Right, this one, riding again. So we've got the right position now. Body balanced, pedals level, arms, knees bent, heels down. The next one is look ahead. Do not look at your front tyre. You need to be looking down the trail to work out what's coming. You're going to be travelling at some speed, and before you know it, what's down the trail is at your front wheel. So it's no good looking at your front wheel because it's too late. Look down the trail, not at the floor. Number 10. So we've got the riding position down. Everything's set. We're looking far ahead, which means we know what's coming. So we're blasting down a hill and then we see a big hill coming that we've got to climb. So this is getting gear before you get to that hill. Change gear before you get there. It's no good getting to that hill in top gear and then going, oh damn, and then trying to crunch all the way through the gears as you're going up the hill, losing momentum, ruining your cassette and your chain. Get the gear changed early and prepared. There we go, students. 10 what I consider to be essential things you need to know before you go hitting them trails. Now I'll put links in the description for the tools I use, like the trail tools and the Allen keys and whatever, so you can check them out if you want. Basically, that is it. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you find it useful. If you did, give us a like, maybe even subscribe. I'll get some merch, and I'll catch you in the next one.